Good morning, children. In last class, we've completed our topics with right hand rule, then right hand screw rule. So in right hand rule, right hand, four fingers are curled parallel to each other. The thumb is extended, and the thumb explains the direction of current after knowing the four fingers showing the magnetic field. அதை நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிட்டோம். தென் ஸ்க்ரூ ரூலில் நம்ம ஒரு ஸ்க்ரூ டிரைவர் வச்சு ட்ரைவ் பண்ணும்போது the current direction the screw move ஆகிற ஃபார்வர்டையும் how the magnetic field is acting அப்படின்றதையும் நம்ம லாஸ்ட் கிளாஸில் பார்த்துட்டோம். So based on that, one example is given here. That is example 3.12. இதில் என்ன கொடுத்துருக்கான்னா, the magnetic field shown in the figure is due to the current carrying wire. In which direction does the current flow in the wire? அந்த ஒயரில் எந்த டைரக்ஷனில் கரண்ட் ஃப்ளோ ஆகும் அப்படின்னு கேட்டிருக்காங்க. This is the question. And see, the first side fully is given with the dots, and second side is fully marking with the cross. This first half dot represents the magnetic field points out of the page. It is coming out of the page. And what is the cross marks indicates here is magnetic field points into the page. It is explaining in this diagram. So dot வந்து out of the page, cross பார்த்தனா into the page. இந்த ரெண்டையும் இங்கே explain பண்ணுது. And we are giving the solution. In this solution, we are using the right hand rule. So in the right hand rule, அந்த conductor இருக்கிற direction நம்ம magnetic field direction நம்ம four fingers curl பண்ணிக்கிறோம். Then curl பண்ணிட்டு and we are extending the thumb, and now we can say the thumb is giving the perpendicular. This is the direction of current flows. So this we are explaining with the help of what? Using right hand screw rule. So that is explained here. And next is, so are you clear about that example? Good. Next is Biot-Savart law. So this Biot-Savart law is more important. It is used to find the magnetic induction which is produced by the current carrying conductor. Current carrying conductor எவ்வளோ magnetic induction produce பண்ணுறத explain பண்ணுறதுல this Biot-Savart law is playing very important role. So first we'll see the intro about Biot-Savart law. So after the Oersted discovery, so you all know about Oersted discovery. அதில் என்ன டிஸ்கவர் பண்ணிட்டாரு? He explained whenever the electric current flowing, magnet is producing அப்படி நம்ம பார்த்தோம். Then both Baptiste and Biot and Felix Savart 1819 did experiments. So force given by magnet near the current carrying wire, and they gave a mathematical expression. அதெல்லாமே முடிச்சதுக்கப்புறம் this scientist explaining mathematical after the Oersted experiment and how to calculate how much magnetic induction it will be produced அப்படின்றத நம்ம இதில் பார்க்க போகிறோம். And see the topic 3.8.1, definition and explanation of Biot-Savart law. We'll see what are the definition and how it explained அப்படின்றத இங்கே பார்க்க போகிறோம். For that we're having a diagram. See the conductor in figure 3.30. The shape of the conductor is given. The two ends of the conductor is connected to positive and negative from the cell or battery. Then in that conductor we are choosing the small length. The small length எப்படி மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கான் பாருங்க, ரெண்டு ஸ்மால் லைனை வச்சு மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கான். அந்த ஸ்மால் லென்த் ரெட் கலரில் பிளாக் லைன் வந்து ரெட் மென்ஷன் பண்ணியிருக்கான்ல, அந்த லென்த்தை நம்ம எடுத்திருக்கோம். தட் லென்த் இஸ் DL. Then from the midpoint of the DL we are choosing the point P. So இந்த கண்டக்டர், இந்த ஷேப் ஆஃப் த கண்டக்டர் என்ன கேரி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு? கரண்ட்டை கேரி பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு. The direction of the current எப்படி கொடுக்குன்றது நமக்கு நல்லாவே தெரியும். எப்படி கொடுக்கும்? From positive terminal to negative terminal. So to find the magnetic induction we are using the small length, அதான் DL, and from the midpoint of the DL we are choosing the point P, and with the extension of this midpoint to that point joining point P, it gives the angle with the conductor. இது எல்லாமே டயக்ராமில் ரொம்ப கிளியராக இருக்குது. And magnetic field we are going to find out. And how to define this? this selected small length of the conductor எவ்வளோ magnetic field at point P ல produce பண்ணுனா, we can write that this small element magnetic field at point is directly proportional to strength of the current. This is first point. The magnetic field dB is directly proportional to what? Strength of the current I. First point. Then the magnetic field is directly proportional to magnitude of the length of the element. இங்கே எவ்வளோ நம்ம சூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம்? dl. Okay. So length increase ஆச்சுன்னா magnetic field increase ஆகும். And third point, the magnetic field is directly proportional to sine of the angle of theta between dl and r cap. So dl பார்த்தோன்னா small element ஓட extension, small length ஓட extension, then r பார்த்தோன்னா midpoint of the small element to that point P. இந்த ஆங்கிளோட sine of the angle எடுத்துட்டோம்னா இதுக்கு directly proportional இருக்கும். And next point is the magnetic field is inversely proportional to square of the distance between the midpoint to that point P. That distance is r, square of the distance. We are combining all these equations. All these 4 points are combined together. Then the statement can be written as dB proportional to IDL divided by r square sin theta. dB is proportional to IDL divided by r square sin theta, and there is a proportionality here. To remove the proportionality, we can use the constant. So after adding the equal, we can use a constant as k. Then the formula will become dB is equal to k IDL divided by r square sin theta. Then constant k is equal to mu naught divided by 4 pi in SI units. In vector notation, we can write dB vector is equal to k is what? Mu naught by 4 pi IDL vector cross r cap divided by r square. And in this, the magnetic field dB vector is perpendicular to both the current and the small segment length, that is in dl vector. And the unit vector r cap is directed from the dl vector and it is acting towards the P. So this is the expression for Biot-Savart. So we'll mark the definition here. So in this answer, you can mark the definition from this point up to here. Okay, define Biot-Savart law அப்படினா இந்த answer you can mark statement எழுதிட்டு then with the formula. Okay, and next we are going to give a right hand using the right hand rule, which is used to give the direction of magnetic field. So using the equation 3.34, magnetic field only due to the small element dl, the net magnetic. So in the 3.34 என்ன கொடுக்குதுன்னா, it gives the magnetic field only due to the small element. So we have to explain for throughout the conductor. So for throughout the conductor, that is the net total magnetic field at the point due to the conductor. So that we can obtain from the principle of superposition. So all the current elements நம்ம combine பண்ணோம்னா we will get the answer for that net magnetic field. So that we'll see here using the integration, then B vector is equal to integration dB vector, that is equal to mu naught I divided by 4 pi integration dl vector into r cap divided by r square. So where integration is take part, the entire current distribution will be explained here. So in equation 3.34, it gave the magnetic field due to the small segment. And this equation 3.35, after integration, it gives the total magnetic field with the help of integration. So total conductor magnetic field we can calculate. That we are getting in the equation 3.35. And there are special cases, 2 special cases. So first one is if the point P lies on the conductor. Okay, point எங்க lie ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு on the conductor அப்படினா, then from this diagram we can explain. So here see it is almost perpendicular. இந்த P நம்ம இப்படி rotate பண்றோம், it is rotating in this direction. Now it is lying on the length அப்படின்றப்போ theta will become what? 0 degree. So in that case we can say if theta is equal to 0 அப்படின்றப்போ we can write dB vector, the total answer will become as 0. because we are using sin theta now, sin 0 will become 0. Suppose if the point of perpendicular to the conductor is theta is equal to 90 degree அப்படின்னா, so theta is equal to 90 degree means this P point will become exactly 90 degree like this. So here between the conductor and this P point will be 90 degree. If it is 90 degree means we can apply that in equation, then we will get the maximum value, that is dB vector is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I dl divided by r square n cap. N cap is unit vector perpendicular to both ideal vector and r cap. Understood, children? Two cases are we are giving. If P is lying on the segment, length of the segment அப்படின்றப்போ theta will become 0. Then the total dB value will become 0. If theta is 90 degree அப்படின்றப்போ the answer will become what? Maximum, that is given in the equation. Okay, so you can mark this answer as 5 mark question. So அது மட்டும் 2 maximum definition 3 mark கேட்க chance இருக்கு. And for 5 mark question you can mark from here 3.8.1 and up to here. Okay, this diagram is needed here. In the special case oda include பண்ணி எழுதிருங்க. This is 5 mark question. So state and explain the explanation of state explain Biot-Savart law அப்படினு கேட்டா you can write this answer. Okay, and next there is a note. We'll see what is given in this note. Electric current is not a vector quantity, it is a scalar, that we know. This one we studied in second unit itself. But this current in a conductor has a direction of flow. Therefore, electric current flowing in a small element conductor can be taken as vector quantity. So there it is not obeying the cross product. Then we are taken as this electric current as what? Scalar quantity. So here for some exception the small segment ஓடது வந்து நம்ம என்னவா எடுத்துக்கிறோம்னா vector quantity எடுத்துக்கிறோம், that is ideal vector. So the ideal vector அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கும் போது we are mentioning the direction of electric current with the vector quantity. Okay, next similarities between electric and magnetic field. So electric field is from Coulomb's law, magnetic field is from Biot-Savart law. Okay, so electric and magnetic fields, and see the comparison similarities. It obeys inverse square law, then obey the principle of superposition and are linear with respect to source. Then we can write the formula E proportional to Q, B is proportional to ideal. And here there is a tabulation comparison between the electric and magnetic field, difference between the electric and magnetic field. So first point, electric field produced by a scalar source, that is electric charge Q, and magnetic field is produced by a vector source, that is a current element ideal vector. Then second point, this direction is taken along the position vector joining the source and the point at which where we are calculating the field. For example, in this Biot-Savart law we used to set a target at the point P, and this magnetic field, it is perpendicular to the position vector r vector and the current element ideal vector, and this electric field does not depends on angle. Magnetic field depends on the angle between the position vector r vector and current element ideal vector. Okay, so these are all the difference between the electric and magnetic field using Coulomb's law and Biot-Savart law respectively. You can mark this answer as a 3 mark question. So mark, children, and this is an important question, and there is a note is given here, and here it's giving the exponential value of charge and exponential of electric field. So these two are taken as unity, and like that the current element ideal also will be taken as, and exponent of magnetic field B is also taken as unity. In other words, we can say E vector is proportional only to the charge, not on the higher powers, and like that magnetic field is also proportional to the current element and not on square or cube or high powers of current element. So the cause and effect have it giving the relation of linear. So it giving the what relationship? Linear relationship. And next topic is most important 5 mark question. It is to find the magnetic field due to a long straight conductor carrying current. So in Biot-Savart law, the shape of the conductor is given in a figure. In that we are choosing the small segment of length, and from the small segment of the length the target P point is fixed, the distance is noted, and what angle it gives, that also marked, and using that we gave the statement as 4 points. The magnetic field is proportional to what? Current, then length of the segment, then angle between the length segment to the point P, where we are calculating the magnetic field with the sign of the angle, then inversely proportional to square of the distance from the segment to the point P. So these things are defined in Biot-Savart law. So after that, so firstly small segment select பண்ணிட்டு, then we applied for total conductor. The same thing is followed in this. This is most important question, and இதுலயும் அப்படிதான் நம்ம straight infinite length conductor xy எடுத்துக்குவோம், and our y dash is given in your figure 3.2. small segment மட்டும் choose பண்ணிட்டு அந்த segment P pointல என்ன effect தருது, that we can calculate from where? From Biot-Savart law. Then we will expand this formula for throughout the current carrying conductor. Okay, so that we are explaining with the help of Biot-Savart law. So this explanation with the derivation we'll see in our next class. Okay, and children, you can note down as today's homework. And one more question we have to mark: the similarities between electric field and magnetic field. You can mark from here to here. Okay, answer starts from here to here. You mark this for 2 mark question. Okay, and next for today's homework, you can mark the answer of definition and explanation of Biot-Savart law. Okay, so already you marked for 5 mark question up to cases before note. So no need this figure, you have to draw this one. So understand this concept, you thorough this well, because this is basic for upcoming some detailed answers. So இனி வர some detailed answers வந்து இந்த Biot-Savart law தான் main thing-ஆ இருக்க போகுது. Okay, so understand well. Then if you understand this, the upcoming classes will be easy for you. Okay, so the definition and explanation of Biot-Savart law நல்லா thorough பண்ணிட்டு homework partல எழுதி, then you can take a photograph, then send to me through WhatsApp for my personal WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you children. Remaining classes, remaining topics we'll discuss in upcoming classes. Okay, thank you.